What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Everything Paranormal Show with Josh Morris and Stacey Talich. So, welcome, everybody. This is the first episode after Halloween as we enter into November. So, lots of spooks left ahead. Okay. So, although, look, when we get into December, I have to admit it's hard to get into the creepy stuff because you get that Christmas feeling, and everything gets all happy and nice. Maybe a little bit of snow, the holiday cheer, So it's just, even if you're not a Christian out there, there's just something about Christmas time and that holiday season that just brings a lot of people together. So it'll be really interesting. So already we got Liz Brewer. Hey, London, UK. Mary Young. Hello from Northern California. Good to see you all. Liz saying hi, Tata. Somebody that knows you. Oh, yeah, no, on your name, Tata Longo. You put it up there. I didn't even. You did that last time, too. I didn't even. So, yeah.
I just left it up from last time.
I was like, maybe it's somebody that knows you from last time. So yes. But Liz, you're actually not the only one here, though. We actually are streaming to YouTube as well, and Mary is saying hello from Northern California, and she's on the YouTube stream. So we got both Facebook and YouTube coming together in the chat. So, but it's good to see you guys. It's good to see you. Stacey, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Just ate some Dominoes and kind of regretting that. But, it's after Halloween, so we're getting ready for the silly season for, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the weirdness that, happens this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think of it as magical. No, I do. I like Christmas time frame. I do. Thanksgiving, I think November to me is a little weird. It's just kind of awkward. But I do like Thanksgiving. Of course, the food, right? I mean, go figure.
Mm-hmm.
The food, that's great. Terry Lynn gets to cook a mean turkey and all of the fixins, her amazing mashed potatoes, all that stuff. So I always look forward to the food for sure. And then it's a time to be thankful, of course, every year. Always that great time to be thankful. Folks, I want to let you know we are going to be getting into contacting some spirits. I've got my Dowsing Rods. We're just taking a little time to let people get into chat, little chit chat. For those of you new to coming here, we do this every Thursday. Please subscribe, share, and we do this every Thursday around 9 p.m. Eastern. In tonight's case, 10 p.m. So why am I starting an hour late? And it's simple. That's because Terry Lynn, as you folks know, my wife, who's normally in the chat, she's probably going to be there, or if not, hanging out already. But she's been under the weather last few days, so I decided to cook like when you have to cook for somebody that's sick and it can be difficult, right? So my son wanted something with chicken. I knew my wife was under the weather. So I came up with kind of a comfort food dish. I made grilled chicken, kind of like a garlic herb grilled chicken with just straight up old fashioned mashed potatoes and green beans. Some French style green beans, just a good, clean, comfort type food dinner that way. And it hit the spot. Everybody liked it. And hopefully the garlic will help Terry Lynn.
Garlic is a good thing. It burns whatever's in the blood and, helps you recover that much quicker.
Yes. So Liz say it's 2:05 a.m. there. That's right, because she said she's from London and the UK. I definitely would like to go over to Europe. There's a lot of things I would love to go and do paranormal exploration over there. Whenever I see some of the the overseas paranormal cruise in Ireland or Britain, things like that. Oh man, I'm very jealous, because they get to go to some of these old castles, places that are like older than America. you know, so really cool. Yes, lots of places over there. Exactly. So, but yes,
I don't envy anybody over there right now, Liz. I'm so sorry with what's going on with energy and the economy and all of that stuff that's going on. Completely self-inflicted wound, in my opinion. But it's not. Those people aren't the ones that are going to be paying for it. It's going to be the average person. And like I said, I don't envy it at all.
yeah. And if you're overseas and you're facing like upcoming scares for the winter and energy crisis, then like I said, our hearts go out to you for sure. Um, but yes, all right. So, and also too, guys, send some prayers for Terry Lynn. Again, she's not feeling too well, so prayers for her. Let's go ahead. Let's get hopping into some dowsing rod spirit communication. All right, so Stacey, I'm going to minimize you here real quick.
Okay.
All right, that way you can still participate. And all right, I'm going to try so that way you guys can see. Hold on. Okay. Now, first, I'm going to reach out, Sean, to my spirit guide. Sean, are you here? If you're here, can you please cross the rods? Let us know that you're here. Thank you for that. All right, straighten the rods back out, please, Sean. And as we learned last week or earlier around Halloween, Sean is my spirit guide. Of course, we learned that Sean is actually from Ireland. So I thought that was pretty neat. And of course, I didn't know Sean. We didn't know each other. We weren't related, but Sean is my current spirit guide for a while. He wasn't always my spirit guide, but he's my current spirit guide for now. Oh, he crossed the rods for yes. All right, yeah. Awesome. All right, yeah, and Terry Lindsay, yeah, we've been having a helicopter fly pretty low around here, so either it's like some kind of either it was a medical life flight or maybe they're looking for somebody. Hopefully, they're not looking for somebody in our area. All right,
unmarked.
Well, we didn't see it, but you can hear it. So. Okay, Sean, thank you so much for coming forward to work with this. Sean, first of all, anybody in chat? Is anybody in chat wanting to reach out to anybody? We can try to see if we can reach any relatives or anybody that may have passed. Arm the house, yeah. Thank you, honey. So, does anybody have anything in chat that they want to reach? If so, just let me know in the chat. Sean, oh man, let's see. Is there any spirits in our home currently that we need to address, that we need to talk to? Can you cross the rods for yes or leave a part for no? Do you have any spirits in this house that want to communicate with us? Any one of my family spirits? Well, Liz, we would probably want to be specific. So if you want to talk with anybody, let us know who you'd like, and I can try to see if Sean can reach them and see if we can bring them forward. Again, it's sometimes, I mean, it's not always, but we can try if you'd like, if you have any questions or anything you want to ask anybody. Again, and keep in mind, folks, this is just spirit communication. We do the best we can and take everything with a grain of salt. I don't charge anybody, so this is just something to try to help y'all, if anything. Will I get to move to my new home with my housing before Christmas? Oh, so you're almost asking almost like a tarot question. We can ask Sean. We can see. I don't know how Sean is at the future stuff, but Liz, Sean, Liz would like to know, will she get to move to her new home with my housing or with her housing before Christmas? Can you let us know? You cross the rods for yes. Leave a part for no. So will she get to move to her new home before Christmas? You cross the rods for yes. Leave a part for no. Okay. Well, it moved to a yes. So thank you, Sean. Can you straighten the rods back out, please? All right, thank you. Now, Carney 48, Carney, hi, first of all, hi. How are you doing? Carney says, I'm curious who my spirit guide is. Um, Carney, have you tried to find out before? Or, I mean, I can try to see, we can try and see if. Um, so, Sean, Carney 48 in the chat. Carney is curious who their spirit guide is. Um, First of all, can you tell me, do you know who their spirit guide is? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no. Okay, so Sean has indicated yes. All right, can you straighten the rods back out, please? Okay. Sean, is this person a male? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no. And Sean, is it a female? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no. Okay. So yes, it's definitely a female. Can you straighten the rods for confirmation, please? All right. Thank you, Sean. Okay. So the female that's Carney's spirit guide, is she related to Carney? Could you please cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no. And did Carney's spirit guide know them? Did they know each other before this? No. It's pretty weird. Like, I mean, that's one thing I've noticed, Stacey. Like, as I've been learning about and helping people find about their spirit guides, it's weird. Like, a lot of spirit guides aren't even related.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? They're just like other people. But like in ICU's case the other night, she had her spirit guide wasn't related, but she also had a relative looking over her too. You know what I mean? It's pretty wild, to see.
Well, by and large, spirit guides, that's their job. I mean, it's literally like a profession on the other side. These spirit guides are, I wouldn't say trained necessarily, but they are very experienced in helping people with certain lives and certain issues get through those lives and issues. So
Well,
you,
Sean's
you
agreeing. Sean's agreeing with you.
yeah, that's you know primarily this is the pattern. How the hierarchy works, I'm not really quite sure on
Right.
those assignments, but it's spirit guides. Rarely do you have one spirit guide your whole life. It is one that is helping you through the moment that you're in right now. It's sort of like a relay race.
Right.
They
Now,
help you in that form.
now, Carney. Okay, so Sean, I'm gonna put the rosin on for a second. Um, so, Carney, I want to stress, like, Carney, you say that I pray to my spirit guide daily. Do they hear my prayers? I can ask and find out. I'm sure. Typically, again, and I don't want to pry. So, for example, for me, I believe in God. I have a spirit guide. His name is Sean, but I pray to God. I pray to God, and Sean helps guide me through my life. Daily things or whatever Sean feels. Again, I don't know what all his responsibilities are, but he helps me. So I don't know if you want to do something similar or whatnot. You can probably talk to your spirit guide, I would say, or you know, whatnot. I'm sure they hear everything you say.
Well, pray is a loaded word.
Right.
You know, pray, meditate, communicate. They're all relatively the same thing. Um, going to a spirit guide, we do it daily here. We have a spirit altar. We actually have several, um, depending on what group of spirits we're talking about. And, asking for help, giving thanks, thanking for what you have, the things that, throughout the day may have worked out well. Uh, you can, thank them for helping you.
So we got Virginia Gomez. Maybe I'm like pretty far away from the screen, so forgive me. Hello from Texas. Well, I'm from Tennessee, and so hello from Tennessee.
I'm in Louisiana.
Carney, also too, by the way, on your spirit guide, if you want to learn more about your female spirit guide, you still may want to do some other sessions to try to. It takes a little bit sometimes. It took me a little bit to find out my spirit guide's name. I had to kind of keep going through the alphabet every once in a while, and then eventually we, found out his name started with S, and we were stuck on that for a while. And then we eventually got to Sean, and was able to learn. So it may take a little bit, but you can learn more through different sessions. It doesn't have to be all in one thing, by the way. Virginia, I lost my husband 3 years ago. I'm sorry for your loss. I am. Sean, can you cross the rods? Let us know that you're still here. Okay, thank you for that. Can you straighten the rods back out, please? Straighten the rods back out. Again, I've got my spirit guide, Sean, helping me tonight. If you guys would like to try to reach out to certain people, let me know. Liz, I didn't miss your question. Is there anything that I should be concerned about right now? Again, those are more tarot-based. Like, I don't have my tarot bait. Well, I have my tarot cards, but I don't really have my tarot set up right now. So, it's kind of hard to answer that on the Dowsing Rods because the spirit guide pretty much answers in yes/no questions. How goes the spirit chatting going? Hey, Sean. Crystal Shell. Well, apparently Sean acknowledged you because he just crossed the rod, so he must be saying hi.
Sean of the Dead in the house.
Yes, Sean. I think I even asked him if he was related to Jacksepticeye last time. Anyways, I would like to communicate with my husband, Carlos. Well, we can try. Okay, I can't promise you anything, Virginia. And again, remember, take everything with a grain of salt. I just go by whatever the Dowsing Rods, tell me and what Sean can try to do for us. Sean, Virginia Gomez would like to communicate with her husband, Carlos. I'm assuming Gomez. But Virginia Gomez, she would like to speak with her husband, Carlos. He passed away like 3 years ago. Sean, can you find him? Is he available to communicate? Can you please cross the rods for yes? Oh. Okay, so Virginia, Carlos is available to communicate. All right, thank you for that. Sean, can you have Carlos step forward, please? Carlos, if you're here and you're ready to chat, Virginia's here. Could you please move these rods together? Let us know that you're here. Can you cross the rods like Sean did, please? Okay, thank you for that. Can you straighten the rods back out, please? Thank you for that. Virginia, I'm just letting you know he has a pretty decent sense of energy. Was he kind of a I don't want to say strong, but kind of a strong man? Was he pretty firm? because he seemed to have a pretty good sense of moving the rods. So usually a pretty strong individual. I'm just asking. Carlos, Virginia is here and she wants to communicate with you. Thank you so much for coming forward. Virginia, okay, yes, so he was. Okay, well, that's good. Because I was kind of sensing that through the energy. Sometimes you can kind of pick up on some of the personalities a little bit by the energies coming through. Virginia, what would you like to know? First of all, I guess, Carlos, do you have a message that you would like to pass on to Virginia? Can you cross the rods for a yes? Okay. So very quick at crossing the rods. Thank you for that. Can you straighten them back out, please, just to confirm? Thank you. Again, very strong energy. Is this a message of love for Virginia? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay. Thank you for that. Okay. And straighten the rods back out, Carlos. Thank you for that. So, Virginia, he does want to pass on a message of love to you, okay? So, which is, usually like that he loves you or, misses you. Virginia, is there anything that you want to ask Carlos? And then Liz, we'll try to find out about your dad or your sisters. I don't know if Virginia is he here with you? Okay, I got you. So, Carlos, Virginia would like to know: are you with Virginia? Are you around her? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay. All right. Thank you for that. So yes, Virginia, he is around you. Okay. Are you looking over her? Are you watching over her, Carlos? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no? Okay. So Carlos is watching over you, Virginia. You straighten the rods back out? And
Should stop and cleanse. Stop and cleanse. When you start taking on the emotion stuff, you need to break.
Oh man. That's the first time I ever broke down during a damn session.
Yeah, you need to break. That is a prelude to a mount. You can't let that happen.
All right. Carlos, thank you so much, for communicating with us. Please go back to where you were from, okay? Please. Virginia, I just want to say he loves you very much. He loves you very much, and he was really happy, like tears of joy. And it's what I started experiencing. So I just wanted to pass that on to you that he there was tears of joy. So sorry, guys. I've never broke down like that. Holy crap. Oh,
There's extreme empathy. Seriously, the flower water. You need to get some of that. Where's Terry Lynn? She can run in and hand that to you. It'd be great.
Well, Terry Lynn's not feeling good. I don't want to get her to move up from where she's at, but all right, hold on a second. Let me swap you out real quick. So if you want to talk a little bit about spirit communication and like what we're doing here, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
All right.
We'll continue.
We'll continue. Whenever you get really close to a particular spirit, or you sync up with that spirit in such a profound way, you can actually take on empathy and sympathy with whatever that spirit is feeling. And it can be really overwhelming, because when you cross over, you actually have all of these really intense, overwhelming emotions and feelings and experiences. It's very, very intense. Anybody who's been in a near-death experience and left and come back, that's the first thing they describe. It's the spirits feel it all. And when you actually sync up with that in a mediumistic format, you can easily become so overwhelmed that you saw Josh, you begin to cry, because that is all of the feelings, whether it's joy or sorrow or whatever it is, it's so intense. Our physical reaction is always seems to cry. Even if it's in fear, the crying is actually there. The problem being is that if it persists for too long in a mediumistic session, you can actually become mounted or possessed by the spirit. And they're not doing it to, not like in the movies where it's demonic and they're evil and wicked. It's just you literally sink in mind and body and soul, and they can actually come through in a trance state. And it's you in that kind of an environment, you need a support person to bring you back out of it. And I'm in Louisiana and Josh is in Tennessee, and he doesn't have a support person. So he was to go full mount on this kind of scenario. I got nothing to help him out here. So
Well, I mean, I feel better now, and cleanse, and did some Florida water here. And I didn't realize until just that whole episode, I wasn't even wearing my crystal. If you go back and watch the video, you will see, you guys always see, I always wear my crystal. This keeps everything, at a certain point for me. That's what it's programmed to do. So I never start sessions, without my crystal. And I did tonight. So that did not help me. But that was an experience. It was. And like I said, I don't want anybody to think it was a negative experience. It wasn't. I felt the joy from Carlos, the overwhelming happiness to communicate with Virginia. So that was amazing. That really was amazing for me to feel that in a way. But I had to separate, like Stacey said, hey, got to shut it down. And, I did, cleansed, and that's why we had to send Carlos back to where he was, that we had to kind of close that down. So like I said, Virginia, I didn't want you to think there was anything bad. So that's good. He's around you. He's looking over you, and that's a good thing. So
and he's strong too. So on that front, it's not like he's a weak spirit. He's going to do whatever it is to keep you safe.
Right, and he wants to be around you. So he's going to leave here, or he should have left. I know Terry Lynn said he was still there, but I think he's going to be gone here. He's not going to stick around, and we'll have Sean make sure that, he helps to make sure he goes back to being with Virginia. Okay, so what did I miss? I know Liz wanted to find out about, is my dad about, or my sisters, Emma and Melinda. So yes, we can try again. I don't know. Did we have success before with that, Liz? I can't remember if we did end up talking to one of your sisters, maybe. I can't remember. It seemed like, can you ask if Dior has a message for me? Possibly, will we work with Vogue again? All right. Let's see what we can figure out here. And then we got Northwest Paranormal Research Group. Hi. Sorry, you kind of came in as I had never done that. I had never broke down like that. That was crazy.
Well,
and then it makes sense.
It can downward spiral really fast if you're not used to it or even know what stage you're at. Which is why I said break and cleanse, because
I think it's easy I think the lesson learned too is like it can be easy to slip up, even a veteran like myself. Normally, every time I go to do paranormal stuff, I'm always trying to protect myself and make sure I have my crystal, things like that. And this time I didn't. I made the mistake of not being truly ready and doing a session, and I let myself be vulnerable in that sense. So this is why you want to stay on top of your game, folks. When you do this stuff, make sure you stay on top of your game. So,
yeah.
All right. I think
something new. I mean, when you've been around and you've seen a lot of things, it doesn't mean you've seen everything. And something new will come along and it'll knock you on your butt, at least when you least expect it.
Right. Okay. All right. So you guys ready to get back and do some more Dowsing Rod sessions? I am. I think it'd be fun. Let's swap here. Okay. Now that we're because look, I'm not gonna let something like that scare me. I mean, it wasn't a negative experience, but we handled it, and that's a good thing. Why Stacey was able to kind of intervene and say, "Hey, And the other thing is, and the one thing I want to point out, if you are the person like me, if you're the investigator and you're doing a session and you have another teammate telling you, hey, you need to stop or whatever, you need to disconnect, swallow your pride and just do it. That's what I did. Because my pride was trying to tell me, maybe I can come out of this, let me get my composure, blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, you know what? Just listen to Stacey. We're a team. He knows what he's doing. And I just did. I disconnected. I listened to him. So, make sure that you don't carry that pride, because also that pride may not even be your own voice telling you. So either way, try to have some help if you can on stuff like that. So, okay. All right. All right, Sean, are you here? Can you cross the rods for yes? Let us know if you're here. All right, Sean's here. Thank you for that. Can you straighten the rods back out, please? All right. And I feel much better now that I'm wearing my crystal. It just brings me a grounding, and like a feeling of shields up in Star Trek terms or something. All right. Okay. Sean, can you let me know, did he leave our house? Is he back to looking over Virginia? Can you please cross the rods for yes? Okay, thank you for that. And can you straighten the rods back out, please? Okay. Sean, did another spirit come into this house to communicate? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave apart for no. Okay, so another spirit came into our house to communicate. So that's probably what Terry Lynn was sensing. So she thought maybe Carlos was still here. Actually, it was another spirit that came in. So good job, Terry Lynn. All right, so straighten the rods back out. Okay, and Sean, this spirit that came in to communicate, are they trying to communicate with somebody in the chat? In the live stream chat, can you cross the rods for yes? Leave apart for no. Okay, it is somebody in chat. Okay, can you please straighten the rods back out, please? Okay. Is it somebody for Liz Brewer? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave apart for no. Okay. So, Liz, somebody is here to talk to you. Can you please straighten the rods back out? Okay. Is this spirit here to talk with Liz? Is this her father? Can you please cross the rods for yes? Okay. Liz said dad. Okay, cross the rods. I see you. Hi, how are you? Straighten the rods back out. Okay. So Liz, what did you want to ask your dad? Now we finally got your dad on here. Sean, can you have Liz's dad come forward? Liz's dad, can you please come forward? Can you straight cross these rods? Can you yes, move them together, cross them for us. Yes, please. Thank you. Can you straighten the rods back out? Okay. Liz says, Dad, any messages for me? So, do you have any messages for Liz? Can you let us know yes? Can you cross the rods for a yes? Do you have a message for Liz? Cross the rods for yes. Okay. Thank you for that. Straighten the rods back out, please. Straighten the rods back out. Okay. Is this a message of love? Can you cross the rods for yes? It's a message of love, or leave apart for no. Is it a message? Is it a message of apology? Are you sorry for something? Oh, yes. So very strong yes. Your dad has a message, an apology message. Okay, straighten the rods back out, please. Thank you. So Liz, that could just mean that maybe they have guilt for passing on, or maybe they feel like something. I have no ideas but whatever it is, your dad wants to pass on some type of apology. And Liz says, Dad, don't worry. Are you looking over Liz? Like, are you watching over her? Can you cross the rods for yes? Liz says, I forgive you and love you. Okay. All right. He just crossed the rods to acknowledge that. Thank you for that. Straighten the rods back out. Okay. Jasmine Guerrera, hello from Cleveland. All right. So there you go, Liz. I'm glad that we got your dad on here finally. I'm glad you were able to receive that message from him. That was pretty awesome. So I'm going to end this communication right now. Thank you, Liz's dad, for coming forward. But now you have to go back where you were before. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So that was a good one. That was a good communication. I always like when, we like to try to, the reason why we keep it short and sweet, so to speak, the longer spirits, stay on this communication. I mean, one, it starts to get a little uncomfortable for me as well. There's a lot of energy that goes through here at times, and you start to feel it. So I try to keep everything as kind of short, sweet, and really get the main message. Once and spirits too only have certain amount of energy that they can really sort of taunt around and move things, and sometimes the messages start getting muddled after a while. I mean, this is just what I've learned over doing these sessions. So I just wanted to let you know. So you're welcome, Liz. Thank you. I don't know what you guys, whatever that was, I'm sure it was between you guys. So that's awesome. Jasmine says, wondering if you're drawn to me. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Wonder if you were drawn to me. All right. What else did we have? Was there anybody else that was wanting contact from something? Virginia is too early. It's too early to give confirmation. I'm here for all solution. I don't know if That name looks familiar, though. That Pankaj Kapoor. I don't know. Northwest Paranormal Research. Yeah, I don't know. All right, but I don't think we really have anybody right now. Wondering if my stepfather or close friend have anything to say. I lost both to suicide. I'm sorry to hear that, of course. We can try. We can try. I don't know. We can see if their spirits are available to communicate. If you want to share like maybe a first name of your stepfather, maybe that might help, so we can try to narrow it down. Or if you're comfortable, Jasmine, you can share both first and last name. That'll of course make it even easier. But I'll use my spirit guide to try to help. Usually, spirit guides tend to have access to more information than we're capable of understanding. All right. All right. Sean.
Francisco Santiago.
Okay. All right. Sean, can you straighten or cross the rods for me? Let me know that you're back here. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, Sean, straighten the rods back out. And Sean, can you confirm is Liz's dad, did he leave the house? Can you cross the rods, confirm? All right, I just wanted to make sure. So Terry Lynn, if you're watching, we got that spirit going. All right, we try to keep our house, like I said, like a stagecoach, just keep them moving. Can't stay here just to stop on the stagecoach route. Okay, so Jasmine, all right, Francisco Santiago. Francisco. All right. Sean, Jasmine Pereira would like to know about her stepfather. They called him Junior, but his name was Francisco Santiago. Could you please find Francisco or Junior Santiago? Can you find him and see if he's available to communicate? If he's available to communicate, can you please cross the rods for yes, leave a part for no? All right, Sean, again, we're looking for Francisco Santiago, also known as Junior. Is he available to communicate? Now, I don't know if you can see, but one of my dowsing rod in my right hand here is swinging back and forth. That's kind of another no, when. So right now, it doesn't seem like he's available to communicate. Now, spirits sometimes they're not available. I haven't been able to get a hold of my grandfather. I've tried a few times now, and he has not been available to communicate with me. So, who knows? So I just want to let you know. Also, I know Jasmine said that she had a close friend. I don't know if you want to share that person's name or not. We can always try to reach that person as well. I apologize. Again, spirits are, you just never know. You never know what you're going to communicate with.
Suicides are typically more difficult to communicate with because they're in a different holding pattern than the typical spirits. Victor Cruz.
So, Sean, can you find Jasmine's friend, Victor Cruz, who was a suicide victim? Can you please find Victor Cruz and see if he's available for communication? If he is, please cross the rods for yes, leave a part for no. Again, Victor Cruz. Is he available? Cross the rods for yes. Leave apart for no. All right, yeah, and I'm sorry, Jasmine. We tried, and anytime we're doing these sessions and you see us live, like if you subscribe and you click the bell and everything, to notify you whenever we go live, whenever we do these sessions, you're always welcome to come in here and we can always ask. Just remind me of the name, like Francisco, to come in here and say, hey, my stepdad, Francisco Santiago, my close friend, Victor Cruz. And we can always try whenever we do these sessions. I think with Liz Brewer, I think she came in here before and nobody was available for her, I think, like her father and sisters. If I remember correctly. I mean, sometimes I forget, in some of these sessions, so I apologize. But we've had some people that their relatives weren't available, and then later on they were. So just keep that in mind. Do you guys only do mediums, or do you do readings? Really, I just use the dowsing rods. I really don't consider myself a medium. Sometimes I'll receive like images while doing this, like I really probably don't have to use the dowsing rods, but I do it as a visual cue for you guys for sure. Because if I just sat here and was like, okay, yes or no, they said yes, you'd be like, whatever. So I let the spirits communicate and move the rods for you guys, so that way they can just really show you themselves instead of taking my word for it.
So you do tarot, though. I mean, you tarot readings.
Yeah, and I do tarot readings. I haven't done a whole lot of them like live. I've done some for some lab tech friends. Some guys that don't like to admit stuff like that, and then they like me to do them at the hospital labs. So I carry like one deck for a couple guys at the hospital to do some tarot readings every once in a blue moon, and I'll probably start doing maybe a little more tarot reading stuff live again. Says Josh, can you get a hold of Dior for me? See what message he has for me. So we're talking about Dior, the designer. Okay, well, we can try. I don't normally try to reach out to, I would consider, I guess, Dior a celebrity, But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you know Dior, he showed up to me back in 2007. Okay, well, we'll try. He loves my work. Yeah, I mean, we can try. All right. Past life with them. Okay. All right, Sean. Yes. All right. Thank you. Straighten the rods. So, Sean, Liz would like to see if can we get a hold of Dior, please? Is Dior available to speak with? If so, can we have Dior come forward and cross the rods for yes, or leave apart for no?
Wow.
Okay, so straighten the rods back out, please. So, Dior, if you're here, again, thank you for coming forward to communicate with us. Can you please cross the rods for yes, that you are here, that you understand? Can you please cross the rods, Dior? Thank you. Oh, fairly decent energy, I actually have to say. Can you straighten the rods back out? Okay, Dior, Liz Brewer is here and wanted to know if they were going to be working with Vogue again, right? Wasn't that what you wanted to know earlier, Liz? Dior, do you know, is Liz going to work with Vogue again? You cross the rods for yes. Okay, whatever that means, yes. All right, can you straighten the rods back out, please? Okay. And Dior, do you have a message for Liz? Like, let me ask you, Dior, do you like Liz's work? Can you cross the rods for yes? I'm just going to ask. Oh, look at a big, strong yes.
Mm.
So, okay. Okay, thank you for that. Straighten the rods back out.
Is that her muse? Is Dior Liz's muse? Inspirational spirit?
Are you talking about is Dior what? What'd you say, Stacey?
Dior Liz's inspirational spirit or muse?
Oh, Dior, are you Liz's inspirational spirit? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay, so it's getting a no, but that, I mean, I'm sure she probably draws inspiration from other things too. But Dior, do you keep an eye on Liz? Okay, well, you got Dior keeping an eye on you, Liz. That's pretty cool. All right. I will say, I think this is probably one of the first celebrity spirits I've ever had on the Dowsing Rods. Like I said, I don't normally try to reach out to any celebrities or anything in particular. So Dior, I appreciate you coming forward and communicating with us. Is there anything? Do you have a message for Liz? No. So yeah, he doesn't have a message for you. She says, "Love you, Christian." Okay, and the rods cross. So Dior is acknowledging.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that he's actually trying to guide her into a career of fame and fortune similar to his own. I mean, he sees himself in her for some reason. That's what I'm getting here. I don't even know if that is real, but it's almost like uh, she's destined for a career similar to Christian Dior, and he's literally showing her the way, bits and pieces at a time. That's why I want to know if he was the muse, because it's literally like a path is being driven.
Well, and he said he's looking over her.
Yeah.
Well, even if he's not exactly guiding her in that sense, he's looking over her and maybe, again, now does Liz have other guys looking over her? Can you let us know that, Christian? Cross the rods for okay, yes. All right. So you have other guys looking over you too, Liz. All right. My channel Diori tells me to flow my lines. So do you tell? Oh, he's already saying yes. So there you go, Liz. So you are in a good. I would say you're tuned into him pretty well. So that's good. All right, awesome. All right, when I sketch.
Liz, where are you in New York?
I think Liz is London.
Yeah.
Didn't she say she was London?
Yeah, she did.
ICU says it is Terry Lynn, because Terry Lynn said that's Christian Dior. Asked Dior, was I his Margaret? Yeah, she said, yes, I'm in London. All right, Dior. Hey, how are you guys? First time here. Oh, hey, Logan, how are you? We're doing good. We actually have Dior, Christian Dior on Dowsing Rods right now, talking to his friend Liz. So
Margaret,
Christian,
you were at.
Liz wants to know, was she your Margaret? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no. Okay, Christian, are you still here? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay. Sean, did Dior leave? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay, I had a feeling he just left. So Dior just left. So sorry, Liz. So thank you, Sean. Can you straighten the rods back out? All right. Okay, so I'm going to take a break, Sean. I'm going to put the rods on for a second. Okay, I'm going to take a small break. That was pretty long session with Christian Dior. So that was pretty wild. Never really had a celebrity come forward like that. That's pretty cool. Logan Terrell again. Hey, how are you guys doing? But Logan said, "May I be added to the list?" Yeah, I mean, if you want to reach out to somebody, if you want us to try to reach out to somebody, just let us know. Let us know in the chat. But yeah, Liz, that was awesome. So Liz has kind of had like a sort of like a double header tonight, man. She got her dad came forward and Christian Dior. So really good for Liz tonight. And I feel bad. Sometimes I just feel bad sometimes when people have spirits when like Jasmine or something, for example, earlier when we couldn't reach, her stepdad or brother. But I know you said with suicide victims, often sometimes they may be harder to reach. I think we have had one before that was a possible suicide victim before. So Logan says, well, Liz had a celeb. I might think of somebody who inspired me. If not that, I have a friend or two I'd like to talk to. Well, yeah, I typically don't try to reach out to many celebrities. Liz sort of has already had she's a fashion designer and has already had some previous experience with Dior. So it was a little more of a personal side of things versus just reaching out to any celebrity. I try not to get into that slippery slope. So Logan, if there is somebody that you'd like us to try to find out to, again, my goal usually is to try to connect a spirit with a family or friend, member, and just to find out that message. If there is a message, or sometimes just to pass along that, that I'm sorry, or that I love you, or I miss you, or just to find out, just the basic stuff for you, to maybe answer a few questions like that. That's really about all you really can find out, for the most part. Everything else is pretty much just really kind of starts getting lost in translation.
Liz, on this point where you're communicating and working with Christian Dior and Versace, if these designers and these artists who are coming through, who are working with you and inspiring with you, it's best not to actually dwell on that part and pay attention to what it is that they're trying to show you and help you with. Because obviously you have something, you have massive talent that is not realized yet, and they're trying to get you there. And if you pay attention to what they're actually showing you and what they're actually working you with, things will start to line up in that career. It's, focusing on who is saying what and if they're actually doing this. You're beyond that now. You need to actually just pay attention to what's being said and move forward with it, because obviously there's something in the not too distant future right in your path that is coming. So run with it, do the work, the exhausting sweat that is going to be involved with that kind of work, and push forward, because you've got some really strong allies. You might as well take advantage of that while you've got it.
Yeah. And now we're gonna all right, we're gonna get back into some more dowsing rod Communication is just, again, guys, I've got to kind of take a break every so often. Energy, and plus, when you're holding those, I just try to hold the dowsing rods in place, and you start losing some blood flow sometimes also. So between all the energy, lack of blood flow, you just got to take a break every once in a while. So, all right. And if you missed it earlier, I forgot to put my crystal on, and I contacted and connected a husband that had passed with his wife, and actually it overwhelmed me, and I actually got emotional and started to cry on camera. It was crazy. I never had that. I've never broke down like that on camera. But
I'm glad I was here to share it with you, because it happens to me all the time. It happens to my wife all the time. So I'm glad I got to, be there for your, losing your cherry.
Well, again, I keep myself protected normally, and I feel like, and my wife typically is the bigger empath when it comes to feeling the feelings and things like that. But I just didn't have my protection. I didn't, I didn't really, you learn. You learn. So, but guys, if you missed it, you can go back and watch it. All right. So, but Logan, yeah, if there's somebody that you want to speak with, I try to keep it as genuine as I can. So if it's somebody you really want to speak with, let me know. I'm always happy to try to see if we can find that, find that spirit for you. So let me know who you'd like me to try to contact. So Logan says, my friend Alexis Smith. Okay. Yeah, we can try. And all right. Sean, can you please cross the rods, confirm that you're here with us? Okay, for those of you, Sean is my spirit guide. Okay, Sean, thank you for that. Straighten the rods back out, please. All right. Sean, Logan Tarot in the chat would like to find their friend Alexis Smith. So could you please locate Alexis Smith and find out if they're available for conversation? If so, can you cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no? Oh, okay. So they are available. All right.
Nice.
So straighten the rods back out. Straighten the rods back out, please. Okay, so Alexis Smith, can you please come forward? And we have Logan Tarot in the chat. I'm not sure if that's the real full name or Logan, but Logan is here. Can you please cross these rods together? Let us know that you're ready to chat. Cross these rods together. There you go. Cross them. There you go. Cross them. There you go. All right. Can you straighten the rods? Straighten them back out, please. Straighten, point them forward again. Thank you for that. Logan, was your friend Alexis, were they kind of shy a little? Were they a little timid maybe? Because they seem a little timid. That's why I'm asking. The energy, I'm kind of sensing that. No, I just think she's not used to the stuff. And that could be. Okay. Alexis, I just want to say thank you so much for coming forward and doing this. First of all, if you have a message for Logan, would you do you have a message for Logan? Can you cross these rods together? Okay, so doesn't seem like she has a message that she really needs to tell you. So I guess, Logan, is there something that you wanted to find out? Sorry, guys. Sometimes we get a delay between when I ask people in chat. So bear with us. Yes, Alexis, thank you again so much for being patient. I just wanted to say I miss her and I'll never forget her. I'm not sure if she checks on me so much, but I hope she's doing well and proud of me. Okay, so Alexis, I'm sure you heard that, but Logan wanted to say that he misses you and that he'll never forget her, that he'll never forget you, and that he's not sure if you check on him, but that he hopes that that you're doing well and that you're proud of him. Oliver Zaxby's friends still celebrate her every year. Aw. Okay, so Alexis, are you proud of Logan? Are you proud of him? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay, well there you go. So she did say she is proud of you. So there you go. Straighten the rods back out. And her energy does seem to be picking up. So yeah, she might have just been a little unsure of things. Okay. Do you like that that your Zaxby's friends still celebrate you every year? Do you like that? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay. She said yes. All right. You straighten the rods back out, please. All right. All right. Thank you so much. So, all right. So, Alexis, I just want to say again, thank you so much for coming forward and communicating with Logan. We really appreciate it. I'm going to end this session with you, and I'm going to ask that you go back to where you were from before, okay? Thank you so much. Sean, if you could come forward now and take control of the session. Sean, are you back? Can you cross the rods to confirm that you're back, please? Okay, Sean, thank you so much. Straighten the rods back out. Sean, is Alexis, did she leave? Is she gone now? You confirm, cross the rods for yes. Logan said that made me cry. Well, I'm just glad you got a chance to communicate to her. So that makes it worth it for me. So thank you. I appreciate you sharing something personal with us, Logan. Okay, Sean, can you have Alexis go back to where she was, please? And when she leaves, can you let us know? Can you confirm by crossing the rods, please? Okay, all right. No, just had to call in the bouncer. I'm just kidding. No. All right, thank you so much. Straighten the rods back out. All right, we just have to make sure that we keep the house cleansed. We don't need to have any stragglers. I'm trying to be extra careful because Terry Lynn's not feeling well, so we really have to make sure that we don't leave any stragglers tonight. All right. So, Sean, is the house clear of any unwanted spirits? Can you please cross the rods for yes? Let us know. Okay, thank you. So right now we are clear. Our house is clear right now. So I'm just trying to make sure. I'm trying to make sure to keep up with things as we go, like house maintenance here. Okay, Sean might need to help her go back. He did. Okay, so he did. All right, and may I do one more? Sure. It's your lucky night. We're slow tonight. No, we always try to anybody that wants to communicate. Like I said, take everything with a grain of salt, and we just do the best we can to try to reach out to spirits for people. Can we contact my brother man Bert? I know he will come. Can we contact my brother man Bert?
I think that's a friend.
Right, just like your friend Bert. Do you have maybe do you want to share a last name that we can try to narrow it down, or brother man is our lingo, right? Like Bert, do you know like a last name, or again, we just want to try to specifically.
Bert Burgess.
Is it Vergus? Is that how you say it? Are we saying it right? I just want to make sure I get it right for you. Vergus. Okay. All right. So Sean, Logan would also like to reach his brother man, Bert Vergus. All right, his friend Bert Vergus. Can you find Bert Vergus and see if he's available to communicate? If so, can you cross the rods for yes, leave a part for no? Okay, is Bert Vergus available to communicate? Cross the rods for yes, leave a part for no. Okay, Sean found him and he's available. Can you straighten the rods back out? I wasn't sure that time if we were going to get him or not, but okay. So Bert Vergus, if you're here, can you please come forward and can you cross these rods together? Let us know that you're here. Cross the rods together, please. There you go. There you go. Just like that. Thank you so much, Bert. Straighten the rods back out, please. Straighten them back out. Point them forward. Thank you for that. Okay, Bert, I have Logan here. Logan wanted to contact you. And Logan, what would you like to know from Bert, or what would you like to communicate to Bert Burgess? So, is Logan your brother, man? Cross the rods for yes. Okay, he said yes. Straighten the rods back out. Did Bert pass away in an accident? Okay, Bert's saying yes. Logan, did Bert pass away in an accident? I mean, Bert just said yes when I asked that, but I'm just asking you for confirmation. Does Bert still believe I can do it? He will know what I mean. So, Logan, Bert, Bert. Logan wants to know if you, no, not accident. Bert, do you still believe that he can do it? Okay. Well, he's saying yes to whatever that means. Okay. Straighten the rods back out, please. Logan, how did Bert pass away? I'm just curious. Okay. Oh wow, did you see that?
Yeah.
So I was wondering, there was something weird about that because I was sensing it's like he was trying to tell me he passed away with an accident. But when I asked Logan like how he passed away, my right rod was swaying back and forth as if he was saying, "No, Logan, don't tell him." And then as soon as suicide popped up on my screen, the rod stopped.
Mm.
It's like he told him. So sorry, I know he's your brother, man, but I had a sense. That's why that's the only reason why I pried. It's okay, Bert. Like I said, we're not here to judge you. Okay. Logan said maybe he regrets. I don't know. I saw that though. Well, again, I just I had a feeling there was something odd about that, so that's why I asked. But that's okay. It's no worries. Like, we're not here to judge that or anything. I just wanted to make sure that we were. I just wanted to make sure that I was feeling the way I was feeling. To sometimes when we do this type of work, we try to make sure we understand the feelings that we're feeling, so we can make sense of them. And I sense that there was something off about that. That's why I just wanted to make sense of it. So thank you for that. All right, tell him I'm sorry, and it's just him and us here. Don't worry, Bert. So yeah, so Logan says that he's sorry, and it's just him and us. So here, don't worry, Bert. All right. So and he's saying yes. So he's acknowledging that, Logan. All right. Thank you for that. Straighten the rods back out, please.
Yeah, we're not here to be judging McPants.
Right. So, Logan, is there anything else real quick before I end the session with Bert? Anything else? Bert, let me ask you, Bert, is there a message that you want to pass on to Logan? Is there anything that you want to say? Okay, so Bert does say, Bert does have a message. Straighten the rods back out. Okay, Bert, do you have a message? Is it a message of love? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no? Bert, do you have a message of apology? Can you, okay, cross the rods. Okay, thank you for that. So Bert does pass on a message of apology. Straighten the rods for yes, or straighten the rods back out, please. Sorry. So, Logan says, brother man, he misses you, and I want to take care of Nori. So he says he wants to take care of Nori, and Bert says yes. So whatever that means, I don't know what that means. So, but Bert says he acknowledges that with the crossing of the rods. So Bert, thank you again for coming forward and communicating with Logan. Thank you for sharing your story. We appreciate you. And now my spirit guide, Sean, if you could help escort, Bert back to where he needs to go. Thank you so much. I'm going to end the session. Oh. That's really cool.
I'm like wore out just watching you.
No, it's really cool. I'm really happy. Like we got a lot of people tonight to come forward. Sometimes, some nights you've seen, Stacey, where you get quite a few spirits that may not want to come forward or be available to communicate. So it's really cool to see that. And I'm probably also sensing too that, when you look at sessions that we've done, back in maybe June or July, maybe the veil was a little thicker, you know what I mean? And now it may be easier for some of these spirits to come forward and communicate this time of year too. So I'm sure that probably makes a difference, of course. And then Logan says, I would like to continue if you're still up for it. I will donate each one. I mean, it's going to be tough. Like I said, we're probably going to start. I may do a little more, but we're probably going to start wrapping up here in a little bit. I try to keep our total video and sessions up to about an hour and a half, and we're approaching that. Josh, is Chanel also watching us with our work or worth? I mean, I would say you have multiple, according to Christian Dior, you have multiple people looking over you. And again, it's probably going to be a mixture. I'm just going to be honest with you, Liz. I wouldn't get caught up too much in exactly who's watching over you, because what I've been starting to find a pattern here lately is we all seem to have like a spirit guide that we're not even we don't even know who they are. Like a lot of times our spirit guides aren't even related to us. We didn't know them in the previous life. My spirit guide is somebody from Ireland, that we didn't even know each other. But you can also have but you can also have relatives looking over you as well. And in this case, like Christian Dior's looking over you. You may have some relatives looking over you, like your dad and things like that, or sisters. So again, I wouldn't worry too much about who all is looking over you, but probably multiple people, like Dior said, and they're all probably helping you out quite a bit.
Yeah. That's what's important. That's what they really want you to work with. Whenever you have a spirit that is helping you do stuff and move forward, who they are isn't the important part. It's what they're teaching you and what they're showing you is what's important. And that's what you need to pay attention to. And because that's what's going to project you forward. That's what's going to, get you to evolve in whatever task you've got going on, whatever challenge that you're dealing with. What they show you is what is important. They're trying to pass along knowledge, experience, or overall inspiration. That is really the message. It's not, Christian Dior. That's not the message. The message is what he experienced and what he knew on how to do certain things and how to arrive at a certain level in your career. Because he lived it. That's what he's trying to pass on to you. So run with that, because that's what's going to project you and propel you forward. And you pay attention to it, he can help you navigate the pitfalls too. So it's really about the message, not the person, So
yes, to Stacey, you listen. It's like my Yoda speak. Okay. All right. So Logan, if you'd like to do one more, if you want to do one for a donation, it's okay. I don't mind doing that real quick. I do have on the bottom here, I put up the ticker. If you guys want to donate, you can do that. Again, I usually don't ask for that. If you guys want to, that's fine. Again, if we start doing more, again, I'm not going to turn you down. Every bit that you guys donate does help this channel. We have been trying to grow, and I do a lot of ghost hunting, and I've been doing dowsing rods. I started doing dowsing rods a couple of years ago, and when I started realizing how effective they were to communicate with spirits and how much it helps to tune in your own intuition, it really helps. It helps so much that when I probably could do a spirit session without the dowsing rods, and you pretty much can receive, like I kind of know the answers as they're coming in before the rods even move. But I still love, of course, showing you guys. So Logan wants to try a historical name, but he wants to try, and they idolize them. I mean, look, I will try to reach anybody that has passed. I mean, I've got my spirit guide, Sean. All we can do is try. That's all we can do.
We shout out Alyssa Gordon. First time here. How are y'all doing?
Yes, I wanted to say, yeah, that was the other thing too. Alyssa Gordon, hi. How are you? Sorry, we were wrapped up talking about all this. So, Alyssa, good to see you. And yes, you need to go back and watch. We had a lot of great things. So when we're done with this live stream, Alyssa, if you're first time here, go back and watch this from the beginning. You're going to see some cool stuff. We really had some great sessions tonight. We really did. No worries at all. It's great to be here. No, that's awesome. Like I said, go back and watch this. This has been a great episode. Trust me, you got to see it. It's really good. And hopefully it still is going to be good. All right. So, all right, let's get back into this. Logan, if you want to let me know. Now, as far as I don't know if you donated or not. I don't know. But either way, all right. Let me know what you decide and who you want us to try to reach. Let me make sure my spirit guide to Sean is still available. For Sean, are you still available to help us out? You cross the rods? Of course. Sean is always such a good spirit guide. I always talk so highly of Sean. He really is awesome. Straighten the rods back out, Sean. Thank you. And now that I know Sean is from Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
of course, it makes sense. I knew it makes sense for me.
You're
Like,
gonna have to get him a Guinness. Crack open a Guinness and just set it out with a candle and say thank you, Sean.
okay, Logan picks Alexander the Great. All right. Well, hi.
Yeah, Alexander the Great wasn't his real name.
Right.
I can't remember what it is now.
All right. Well, you have to look it up because I got my hands full. I can't remember either.
Yeah.
It's like it was on the tip of my tongue for a second. I'm like, Thank you both. And Sean, I got your donation coming, brother, man. Okay. All right. Yeah, because we want to try to use real names, although with Alexander, the reputation of Alexander the Great should probably transcend, but who knows? All right, Sean, we're going to be trying to see if you can locate Alexander the Great. As soon as maybe Stacey or somebody can let me know his actual, birth name.
Yeah, Could you reach over there and click that on? Air conditioner.
Hey Siri, what was Alexander the Great's real name?
Alexander of Macedonia. He was the son of.
It says Alexander III of Macedon.
Yeah, the
Macedonia.
son of something or other. Alexander the Third.
Yeah, Alexander III of Macedon. That was his real name.
Macedonia.
No, his real name, Alexander the Third of Macedon. Not Macedonia, but just of Macedon.
Macedon.
That's actually from a school book text trivia, like an actual test.
Okay.
So, all right. So here we go. All right, Sean, you please straighten the rods out or cross the rods, please. Okay, thank you. Straighten the rods back out. All right, so and Terry Lynn popped into Alexander III of Macedon. So see. All right.
Okay.
All right, so let's try. Why not? This will be interesting. I don't think I've ever talked to a spirit older than 200 years. Do you remember?
No, that 200 years.
It just seems
I know.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody we've talked to that's older than 200 years that I can think of. But let's try it. Why not? This will be interesting. So, Sean, could you please locate Alexander the Third of Macedon, otherwise known as Alexander the Great? Could you please track his spirit down? Is it possible for us to communicate with him? Can you please cross the rods for yes or leave a part for no? Logan says, it's wacky, but that's my idol. Thanks for trying, guys. I appreciate it. Well, we're going to try. Like I said, I find it fascinating. I do. I think it's pretty neat, Sean, are you able to find Alexander the Third of Macedon, a.k.a. Alexander the Great? Can you find his spirit? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave apart for no. Okay. Is his spirit still around where we could talk to it at some point? I mean, I don't know how to word that. Is it possible we can talk to his spirit in the future? Can you cross the rods for yes?
He might actually be walking among the living still.
Has he been reborn? Has Alexander the Third been reborn? Is he living another life currently? You cross the rods for yes. All right. So Alexander the Third is reborn. I don't know if it helps. He is Alexander the Third. Yes, all that helps. Thank you. All right. So his spirit is currently his spirit is currently residing in a flesh body right now. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. So there you go. So his spirit incarnate basically is being used in a flesh body right now. That's why it's not available for communication. So, Kirsty Cook, hey, just joined. Hi, how are you? Awesome. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, Logan, we tried. So, there you go. I don't know. Hopefully, at least now you know that your idol could be walking. Who knows? Your idol could be your neighbor or something. And who knows who's carrying? I guess Sean might know. I don't know. I don't know how we'd even find that out. That'd be crazy. But Kersey, yes, it's nice to see you. I'm good, thanks. Hope yours all are well. Yes, we're doing good. We got my spirit guide on here, helping us to communicate to different spirits. And just to catch you up, Logan just had us trying to reach out to Alexander the Great, aka or real name Alexander the Third of Macedon. Do you connect with past loved ones or just the rods? Well, we usually I have my spirit guide help us. I don't know what my rod's doing over here. Sean, what are you doing? Can you straighten the rods back out, please? All right. So, but I have my spirit guide, Sean, help me to connect with. If people in chat want to reach loved ones, we do try. We have connected with actually quite a few tonight. It's been a pretty good night. Now that the veil is thinner this time of year, it helps. So Kirsty says, I was just about to ask about our loved ones also. Thank you so much, guys. You're doing amazing things. Keep spreading awareness. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And the best thing to do, guys, seriously, is, if you can't donate or whatever, you don't have to. The biggest thing that helps us out is clicking like on these videos and sharing them and telling people, hey, go check these guys out, subscribe. That's the biggest thing that can help us out. Seriously. We've been doing this I've been in the industry for over 25 years. Stacey's been doing this forever too. I do ghost hunting. We do all kinds of fun stuff. So definitely will. Thank you. So, all right, Sean, we're gonna take I'm gonna take a small break here. I know you guys are. I'm not. All right. So, but yeah, thank you so much. And like I said, and if you are able to donate, awesome. Awesome. That always helps us. All right. Here you go. And here's a quick thing in case you guys missed it. This is a quick 30-second commercial break. So there. There, that kind of summarizes some of the different stuff that we do for you guys. All right, so let's get back to a little bit of Dowsing Rod. Kirsty says, I'm watching him from Scotland. That's awesome. Liz is in London. So it's good to see some overseas folks. All places I want to go to someday.
Mm-hmm.
And I have relatives from all of that. In fact, my last name, Morris, actually is of English descent, stemming from Moor or Moorish, and it ended up being Morris. But we have a lot of relatives in Ireland and some Scotland, which could be another reason why I have a Irish spirit guide right now named Sean, who's not Jacksepticeye, because Jacksepticeye is alive, of course. Alyssa Gordon, if you have time, I ask you a question for the rods. Sure. I mean, you're always welcome to ask questions. Kirsty Crook, cool. That's amazing. Whereabouts in Scotland? Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly where those relatives are from Scotland. I'll have to do some more research. I know Ireland, and I know we have some Scottish relatives, but I think my Irish side may be stemming from the McFarland clan. I can't the McFarland clan. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to double check. These were all things that some of my elders, when they were doing the genealogy, research, was sharing. So when you're younger and you start hearing about relatives and where you're from, you kind of like halfway tune out, and it's like years later, you're like, well, I know that they said this, and this. All right. Alyssa says, if I should continue my path with my current partner. Okay. So you're kind of asking a little bit of a tarot question, but again, we can ask. I can ask Sean, my spirit guide. Maybe he may know. Sean, should Alyssa Gordon, should they continue their path with their current partner? Should they continue their path with their current partner? Can you please cross the rods for yes, leave a part for no? All right, well, Sean's indicating yes. So for whatever that means, again, straighten the rods, Sean. Thank you. All right. Kirsty Cook, if you have time, would you try and connect with any one of my loved ones, please? Could do with it more just now, only if possible. Thank you so much, Frank. Sure. Kirsty, if you want, please, if you want, specify who you'd like us to contact. The best thing, if possible, is a first and last name, and I can try to have Sean locate them and see if they're available. So I think Liz said it was 3:37 a.m. in London. What time is it in Scotland? Probably isn't much off that, right?
It's Greenwich Mean Time.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, it's not much off. Oh. So, Kirsty, yeah. Kirsty says, my daughter, is it Cody
Laverty.
Laverty? Cody Laverty? Okay. Okay. So Kirsty, I will try to see. We'll see what Sean can do. Sean, could you find Kirsty Cook's daughter, Cody Laverty? Could you see if Cody is available to communicate with us? And if so, could you please cross the rods for yes? Oh wow. Okay, so Sean is saying Cody is available for communication. Okay, thank you for that. All right, Kirsty. So Kirsty, what would you like? Let me make sure we get her. Cody, if you're here and ready to communicate, could you please cross these rods together, please? Can you please move them together, please? There you go. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right. All right. Thank you for that. Why is
robot?
All right. I know. Now, Cody, can you please stay right there? I'm gonna lower the rods. All right. Sorry, guys. Jeez. All right. You know, they always pick those moments when I'm right in the middle of a session, like right there. You know.
Kirsty is
Cody Laverty, are you still there? Can you please cross these rods together to let us know that you're still here, please? Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Can you please straighten the rods back out, Cody? Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Kirsty, what would you like to know? What would you like to pass on, or do you have any questions for Cody? Also, Cody, do you have anything do you have a message? Anything do you want us to pass on to your mother, Kirsty? All right. So she indicated a strong yes. So Cody does have a message for you. Cody, is it a message of love? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay. So Cody wants to pass on a message of love to you. All right, thank you for that. Cody, did you have anything else that you wanted to pass on? Okay. I'm getting a kind of a timid yes. Okay. Straighten the rods back out. Are you... Yeah, go ahead and straighten them back. There you go. Cody, do you want to pass on a message of like an apology? Are you sorry for something? Okay. So I'm getting that Cody is wanting to pass on a message of love, that she loves you, and that also that she is saying sorry for something. Again, I don't know what your guys' circumstances were or whatnot. Kirsty says it's absolutely amazing. Can you please tell her that I'm so sorry I couldn't save her, and ask if she's okay, and tell her I love her so much. Well, and yes, for sure. You know, and she hears you. Okay, she hears you. See the rods? See, they went to yes. So she hears you. So Cody, your mother, Kirsty, wanted to just say that again. She's so sorry that she couldn't save you, and that to tell you that she loves you. And are you okay? She wants to know if you're okay. She said yes, she's okay. So straighten the rods back out. Thank you for that. All right, Cody. So, and Cody wanted to say sorry too. Maybe, I don't know, again, what the circumstances were, but I felt like a kick in my tummy there, almost like when I was pregnant. Oh, that's nice. I mean, I'm really glad you guys could connect. I really am. And that's what I try to do here, folks. That's all I try to do is I just try to see if I can connect you guys together, to see about these messages. And Clearly, I had a feeling. I was picking up that she wanted to tell you that she loved you, but that she felt there was some kind of like weird apology she wanted to pass on too, like just that she was sorry. So that's why I asked.
Yeah, Kirsty, you need to move beyond the guilt. Whatever guilt you're that burden you got going on, you need to let that go. Um, it's you know whatever it is, it's not your fault, and you let that fester, and it can become paralyzing in a lot of ways, and it helps heal. It helps you heal too. Just get rid of the guilt, whatever you feel guilty about, because
Yeah,
it's not that.
Cody, your mother wanted to know: are you around her at all? Can you cross the rods for yes? Leave a part for no. Okay. Is there somebody else that's been looking over your mother? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay. So the presence that you've been feeling, Kirsty, actually is somebody else looking over you, and that's probably a good thing. Okay, straighten the rods back out. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. I can sense the energy is kind of breaking up a little bit. Strong that yes, that was. Uh Please would you ask her if it's Dean with me? Uh Cody, is it Dean that's with Kirsty? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay. No. Is the person that's with your mom, is this a spirit guide? Can you cross the rods for yes? Is this what we call a guardian angel? Is this somebody that's looking over her in that sense? Okay. Yes. Can you straighten the rods back out? Thank you for that. Jody is or Cody, is this I apologize. Uh Cody, is this guardian angel, this person that's looking over your mother, are they related? Were they related or did they know your mother before? Can you cross the rods for yes? So it looks like, Kirsty, you have somebody that it's not so much a spirit guide, but somebody that's just there looking over you. So probably something like a spirit guide in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Cody, maybe the terms don't really matter a whole lot. But I would just say you have somebody there. I wouldn't worry about exactly who it is. Just know that it's somebody there to help you and to comfort you and to help you through everything. And like Stacey said, to probably move forward, and don't let the guilt, don't let the guilt bother you. And actually, that's what Cody just agreed with. Don't let the guilt. She just said yes. So don't let the guilt bother you. I have been told before, so that resonates. Awesome. All right. So, all right. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask that Sean come back forward. Sean, could you please come back forward? Please, help escort, Cody Haverty back to where she needs to go. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Sean. You've been a huge help. And when you're done with that, could you please cross the rods and let us know that you're back, please? Okay. Thank you, Sean. All right, straighten the rods back out. Awesome. All right. So that's great. Now, Sean, is there any spirits in our home right now that need to be addressed? Can you please cross the rods for yes? All right. So I appreciate that. All right. So I'm going to stop communication. Thank you, Sean. I really appreciate it. All right. All right. So, wow. Amazing stuff. And I got to say, it's really been, I mean, let me pull you back up here, Stacey. I got to say, like tonight, this episode has been really satisfying. Like we've really connected a lot of people tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes we haven't had a whole lot of luck, with some of the different relatives. Like we've had some off and on, and but tonight I think we've just had one person that couldn't really reach anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got I got it right here. So so yeah, but I mean, for anybody that's watching at the end here, you definitely need to go back and watch the beginning. It was such a good episode. We connected with so many people. So let's see. Crocy said I was heavily pregnant and I had sepsis. I had no idea. I went into early labor, and Cody was born at 27 weeks. They did all they could, but she was called upon upstairs. Well, and that's the thing. There's no guilt, Kersey, and clearly the spirit of your daughter is even saying, look, don't worry about it, and apologized. Even the spirit of your daughter apparently still loves you and was sorry she wasn't able to be born in that sense, like to be that, but at the same time was passing on the message that you don't need to harbor that guilt. Just like Stacey said, like she agreed. Like while I was holding the rods and we were talking about it, she even agreed. Like you don't need to be holding on to that guilt. Yeah. So,
which is also interesting too. That she was basically a preemie that was born, but the way that she came across to me was her age kept shifting. I saw her as a 7-year-old girl, long blonde hair and a white, nightgown, and then a 12-year-old girl, and then a 5-year-old girl. I mean, the age on what she was looking like was shifting back and forth, and I wanted to find out whether she was like a preteen when she crossed, which obviously as a preemie she was, but that's not how she sees herself. She sees herself as a preteen girl, blonde hair, gorgeous, wearing the gown and all of that. That's how she identifies.
Well, and what's weird too, Stacey, is that like ironically for me, like I was kind of wondering where you're going to go with the age group, because I was feeling like 13, the way she was communicating to me, I felt like around that 12, 13-year-old mark, the way she was communicating, I didn't feel like I was communicating to like an older woman.
Right.
I did feel like it was a child, but I felt like maybe 12, 13. So it was really interesting that you were talking about how the age fluctuation, but the way she was coming across. So it was really cool. It was, like I said, it was a really good session. I'm really glad that we got to connect a mother and a daughter, a wife and a husband, like a past husband, a father, a fashion designer. I mean, we've had some really cool, like some friends, when you had Logan and his friends, it was a really, really good night tonight for connecting people. It really was. Really good session. I hope a lot of people watch this video. It's a good Dowsing Rod session. I'm really happy. So as we wrap up, Stacey, any last kind of final words to the end of tonight? Yeah, what's your summary of tonight?
You're getting better at this all the time. Every week you start doing this. I mean, you're becoming a real magnet to it. So pretty soon you're going to be the next John Edward.
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, I always just used it in investigations, just to see. But I think really since discovering my spirit guide and really getting that relationship with Sean, so whenever I do these, like, before really trying to before trying to have any kind of relationship with a spirit guide or anything, I just always try to do it myself. Like I'd always be like, "Hey, is there like a spirit that would like to come forward?" And, and like I just have to call out to the ether, and sometimes, yeah, I would get, but it just didn't have the effect. But when I have Sean helping me, who's like there, he's on point, he's always there, and like, hey, I'm here, and he usually can go out, and he's just a lot more efficient and effective at bringing the spirits here, communicating, and then keeping them, sent back to where they go. It's just definitely been a lot more efficient of a process and learning curve for me over the last, however long, since meeting Sean.
Yeah,
so I would
a lot
encourage.
more than that. Sean can do a lot more than that. You just haven't figured that part out yet.
Oh yeah, well, again, I never like to, overstep my bounds. I guess you'd say. I don't know.
Well, he'll let you know.
But I encourage a lot of people, like, you should try to, find out who your spirit guide is, or, at least something on a basic level,
And serious, you should pour a glass of Guinness for him and light a candle, a little tea candle, and say thank you, because that actually goes a long way. The extra juice, and he's Irish. I'm guaranteeing that Guinness is his favorite drink, either that or whiskey.
Jameson whiskey.
Yeah.
And yes, thank you, Liz, and thank all of you guys for showing up and participating tonight. Because look, Stacey and I might be able to sit here and help you guys out, but it's really thanks to you guys, that all of you that show up, all of you that donate, all of you that like, share, subscribe. But not only that, you guys are sharing your personal lives with us. You know what I mean? That's awesome. That you guys can say, "Hey, look, I lost, a child. I lost a husband. I lost a father." And you know what I mean? Like, to share those details sometimes, that takes a lot, So I respect that. I really respect you guys out there for sharing that.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people out there, out on the internet specifically, that will prey upon the hurt that a lot of people feel on losing loved ones. That's not what we're doing here at all. We want to, make you feel comfortable with the idea that these people that you've, lost in your lives, they're still there. They're still with you. And, getting you in contact with them and developing that relationship, even though they're not physically there, you can still develop the relationship in the state that you're in now, as long as you understand that there are some people that are going to take advantage of you, and there are some people that are going to help you, like what we're trying to do. Be cautious of internet gurus, internet psychics, things of that kind. Anyone's that ask you for money or favors or things of that kind, outside of subscribing to the channel, of course, you run away from them as fast as you can, because that's not what your loved ones want you to do, is give $1,000 to some schmuck on the internet. So,
yeah,
it's
and that's why, like, for us, it's like we just say, look, donations, if you want to donate. If not, share the channel. I mean, there's ways of showing that appreciation for us, and it doesn't have to be money. Yes, it's nice to get that donation, but there's channels, like Stacey said, there's people out there, like, and I've watched them. They'll sit there, and the ones that you'll see them, they got dowsing rods sometimes, and they're just like, you just see the dowsing rods. Like, it's hard for me to do because I don't hold them and fake them the way they do, but they'll just sit there and swing the rods, like, and be like, "I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no," and they're just running through, and people are paying like $5, $5, $10, $5, $20. And it's like, these people make like a killing in one night, but they're just there like, no, man, no, and like you don't take that job. Yes, the blah blah blah. He's not the right person for you. And they're just like running through the rods and swinging. It's just horrible. It's horrible. Like you guys see, like for us, it's more of actually trying to help you guys. Like it's taking the time to literally connect with a spirit, trying to find your relative, get them to where, and then have your relative understand how to use the rods, and then to try to get them to answer some basic questions and try to make some connections. It all takes some actual effort and time. You know what I mean? Like it takes that care to do something like that quality level, so to speak. Anyways, um,
Daylight savings time this weekend.
hi.
It's daylight savings time this weekend.
Yes, fall back, which means we get that extra hour.
Yeah.
Ah, my favorite. Nobody likes spring forward. Unless you're like one of those go-getters, like, hey, I get to lose an hour of sleep. I can start my day faster. Well, good for you.
Well, instead of waking up at 3 a.m, I get to wake up at 2 a.m.
Right. So, but anyways, guys, it's been a great show. We did over 2 hours tonight. So, long show. Remember, we do this every week, and sometimes I even pop on through the week every once in a while. Guys, again, love every one of you. I mean, we really love everyone. We rarely ever have any trolls in the chat. So it's so great to see you all that come in here with love and you guys have been so nice. We've had really great guests. I think we just had one person we had to block tonight. Other than that, you guys are awesome. And we do this every Thursday, normally around 9 p.m. Eastern. Tonight we did 10 p.m. But it was great to see you guys. And remember, we'll see you next week and seek the truth.
Peace.